Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope everyone's doing well, staying home, staying safe, staying healthy. So last week on Instagram stories, on my Instagram stories, I shared that Fenty Beauty sent me a huge box full of stuff. So this week they just launched their new cream blush collection, and so it's a number of blushes and cream bronzers. And then I think there were a lot of questions like about the difference between these new cream bronzers and the Fenty match sticks, and the big difference between those two. I don't own any of the match sticks, otherwise I would have totally loved to do a comparison for you guys, but the real big difference there is also in the finish. So match sticks is that cream to powder formula, whereas with the cream blushes you really just get that dewy finish all the way through. I mean, you can set it with powder if you want to, but it really just kind of keeps that glowy finish on it. So yeah, so I guess, you know, I'm gonna probably run through. We've got a bunch of the bronzers. They literally sent me one from every single shade. They also sent me all of the blushes, which are in really, really fun colors. And it ranges from, like, you know, the classic pinks and reds to something a little more neutral, like brown. Something that was really unexpected for me was an orange that, you know, typically I would have shied away from, but this orange is incredible on darker skin tones, and I'm going to show you guys that in a sec. And then there's a purple, which is totally way out of left field for me. I'll probably still swatch it for you guys, but I don't think that that's a color that I would use on a day-to-day basis. And then in addition to all of that, they also sent me the face shaping brush. It's kind of a fluffy angled brush. Let me get this out. And it's not too dense. It's pretty, it's actually quite light, but it's like dense enough that, like, if I really wanted to concentrate it like in the hollow of my cheeks, it's something I'd be able to do. However, I will say that I have a very strong preference to using my fingers for application, because I think it's a lot more precise, because it's that cream formula. Like, my fingertips really warm up the product and it makes it so much easier to blend it out and just kind of like create that contour look that I really like, while still making everything look very natural. Okay, so let's finally get down to business. We're gonna just I'm gonna get to opening all of these off camera so I can move through them really quickly, and I will do quick swatches on my hand of each shade, and you guys can kind of check them out, see what it looks like against my skin tone. For those girls out there that look somewhat like me, hopefully that gives you a little sense of what you would like to get. And then I'm gonna definitely demo the color that I choose on my skin, as well as with the blushes as well. So here we go. Alright, so we're all back with all 7 of the Fenty Cheeks Out cream bronzer shades. Wow, it's a mouthful. But they're the cream bronzer shades by Fenty Beauty. So we have 7 cream bronzer shades. This first one is Amber. And this is the color that is used for, like, the fairest skin. That's color number 1. The second one we have is Butter Biscuit, and this one, that's Butter Biscuit. And if it's helpful at all to kind of see where it lands compared to 1, so it's definitely a warmer shade. I would almost not even say that it's darker. I think it's almost like right on par with number 1, except this has like more of a warmer undertone. So this is Amber, and this is Butter Biscuit. Moving on to number 3. I have to guess which one it is here. Okay, we've got Macchiato. This is number 3, Macchiato. So we're definitely starting to get deeper already here. And then compared to number 4, which is Honey Glaze. So again, they're quite similar, but we definitely start to get deeper as the numbers go up. This is definitely like, I mean, it's called honey glaze, and there's definitely like a honey tone to that color. It's very pretty. I feel like this shade is not one that I would wear as a bronzer, but it definitely is one that I would use as like a base for eyeshadow. That's so pretty, isn't it? And then for color number 5, we have Teddy. Let me see, there we go. Yeah, that's Teddy. And then, I don't know, I always feel like it's helpful whenever people see them side by side, at least like from the next shade up or down. Ooh. So I'm gonna show, this is number 5 Teddy, and that's number 4 Honey Glaze. So it's interesting to me. I feel like, you know, this isn't exactly like going lighter or darker, but it's like more so about the undertones, which I think is so much more important when it comes to makeup. Like, people aren't just like along one spectrum of light to dark, but there's so many like so many nuances in skin tone, whether like your skin runs pinker or more golden, or, you know, like all these different undertones. And I love that this brand like really takes that into account when they were formulating this collection and most other collections that they have. And then we start to get into our deep darks, which is where I'm at. And these are the colors that I fell in love with. So number 6 is Chocolate. This, I would say, while it would show up on my skin, it is still, I mean, it would show up, but I don't know that it's like dark enough for me to consider it as a full on, like it definitely wouldn't be a contour. It would be a bronzer, but not a contour. That's what I would say. But it's a very, very pretty color. And then you can kind of see, that's where like literally from number 5 to 6, that's like how much it varies. That's pretty cool, right? Nice. And then number 7, this is Toffee Tease. And this color literally looks like dark chocolate. Like if you melt this and like you want to eat it. But it is, there are definitely some red undertones to this color. And as you guys can see, this is the color that I've kind of already started to get into because that's what I have been using. I obviously use it quite sparingly, but it is like so dark against my skin tone that like it really, really does create those shadows that I like when I'm contouring. And honestly, as far as this has gone, as far as contouring has gone in the past, like I haven't ever found products that work for my skin tone, and it's so exciting to like finally have something that goes as dark as I need it to be. Okay, so I've got them all here now, and we're gonna run through them like by number. Fine. So the first one we're gonna try out is one of my favorite shades. This is Fuego Flush, and as you guys can probably already see in the product, that's one that I have already started getting into because I love it. Like orange, such an expected blush color that like you wouldn't think that you'd want to like go orange, but this kind of doubles as more of a, it warms up basically whatever product you're wearing. So I love layering this orange with literally any other color that we have here. And so if you guys kind of saw how I demoed it on Instagram, I had used this orange, like really kind of concentrating it up around my cheekbones, and then I went in on the apples of my cheeks with the actual like darker pinker color. So I'm just gonna like demo what that color looks like on my skin here. So you guys can see it's definitely not a color that would be like, oh, she's blushing, but it's like a goldeny wash on my skin that looks really, really pretty in the sunlight. So this is like the ultimate like summer glow color that I really love. So that's Fuego Flush. And then number 2 we have here is Petal Poppin'. Petal Poppin'. And if I can get this open. This is like a really light, almost like a pastel-y pink. Obviously, if you kind of look at that next to my skin tone, I mean, I guess on camera it kind of looks like it would be a color that would fit for me, but if you guys look at this in real life, it's definitely like a light, kind of a little bit too light pink. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So we've got Petal Popping here. And that is what Petal Popping looks like. So it's a beautiful pink. Is it a pink for me? Probably not. I don't know. I mean, and that's not to say that it's not a beautiful color. It is absolutely gorgeous. But as far as this collection goes, there are definitely colors in this collection that are a much better fit for me and my skin tone. So that's Petal Poppin'. And which other one did we get through? Then moving on to the third shade, we have Bikini Martini. And this color is as fun as it sounds. It is like a magenta bubblegum pink. How cute is that? And this kind of falls outside of the colors I usually go for, because I'm more of a neutrals girl than like a bubblegum pink kind of girl, but you can kind of see what that color looks like on my skin tone, especially when you compare it to Petal Poppin'. So Bikini Martini is definitely a cooler, kind of more neon-y pink. So that's Bikini Martini. This one is called Crush on Cupid. Ooh, and this is really pretty. So this, I would say it's, I don't know, it's kind of magenta too. I'm gonna swatch it next to Bikini Martini so you can see the difference. I think just straight off the bat, it is a warmer pink. And like if I was to wear a pink, it looks like this would be the color I would go for. If I was to wear a pink, I typically don't, but like because it's a warmer pink, maybe I should not have swatched this on my knuckles. Wow, I need like to go to YouTube beauty tutorial school. But you can kind of see what that color looks like compared to the first pastel-y pink that we tried and Bikini Martini. So as far as pinks go, that color would look really, really pretty, I think, on me. Okay, moving on to color number 5, we have Strawberry Drip. And this, ooh, it looks very, very fruity. I don't even know, like I feel like this maybe has coral undertones. I don't know how to describe these colors. I think probably the best way to just share them with you guys is to swatch them so you can see the difference between them. Oh, actually, I like this color more than the last one. So I'm hoping, I would have loved to swatch them right next to each other, but I'm hoping that you guys can kind of see the difference between the two. Here, there we go. That is super warm. Comparing this pink to that one, this one definitely looks warmer. So actually, that would be the keeper for me. And now we're gonna swatch number 6. So this is really nice too. This is like more of a true red, I think. If I look at what colors are left. Yeah, this is definitely the true red blush. And it's Daiquiri Dead. So that, I'm gonna swatch it right here. And I mean, it's exactly what you would expect out of a red blush. I've worn very like red blushes like that before. I think one of my favorites is Exhibit A by NARS, and that's kind of what this one reminds me of, because it's a red blush. Like if you know how to use it sparingly, it will look absolutely beautiful on any skin tone. So that's probably the most universal color in the collection so far, Daiquiri Dip. Moving on to color number 7. This is the most unconventional shade that I don't even know what world I would wear this. It's called Drama Class, and it's just a true purple. I've never done purple blush before, and I have no reason to wear this color on my face. But yeah, I just thought I would swatch it for you guys. I don't really see a reason why this would be a color anyone would wear unless you're trying to do something more editorial, or if you love having like more experimental fun with your makeup, then I would recommend this, because where do you usually find purple blushes? Not really ever, but Rihanna is known for her very editorial looks, especially whenever she's doing those high fashion shoots. So I could see why she would have put this color in the collection. I don't think it's a color for the everyday girl, but if it is your color, more power to you. I'm actually impressed, and share a look with me because I would love to see it. Okay, now moving into the last 3, we're definitely back in neutral territory, which is my safe space. We have color number 8, which is Summertime Wine. And this is like a berry shade, a berry pink shade. Really, really, really nice. I'm running out of space. Gotta move my gotta move this down. Ooh, that's really nice. My skin, it looks kind of the same, like this one. Okay, maybe not though. Okay, actually, you know, when I hold it up to camera, I can see the difference. So I was like thinking this looks similar to that one, but it's actually not at all. Like, you can definitely see the difference in color, like temperature, and like this is definitely the deeper color. And then just kind of hold the two up next to each other. There we go. I think that's like the best comparison you'll see. This is Summertime Wine, and this is Strawberry Drip. So we've definitely got like a brighter color here, and then this starts to get into that deeper territory. They're both very pretty though. I love these. And then we've got color number 9, almost done, Cool Berry. And this is literally a berry shade, but it's like more cool toned, which typically is not what I would go for because I love my warmer colors. I would almost venture to say that I see some like gold finish in this one, but I don't know. I'm just saying. And I've like started to spiral around my arm, I guess. But that's color number 9. Like I said, it's definitely like cooler tone, so it's not like really for me. Like I would go for that shade before I wear that on my cheeks. But it is quite pretty. You know what I would do with this? I would like tap it on my lips. You can totally use makeup products. Like honestly, like every makeup product is multi-purpose. So like I would take this and just, oh, okay. There definitely is like a gold finish to it, and I kind of like what I just did there. This is like gonna be my new lip color to go, because that's like right up my alley for lip color. It's cooler, it's like a dusty rose shade. Okay, I think I just found a use for this one. And last but not least is my favorite color, which is called Rosé Latte. And this looks like a brown in the palette, but when I put it on my face, that rose undertone definitely comes back. So I'm just gonna swatch that again on my arm so you can see what that looks like and why I love it. Oh my god, it's literally spiraling around my arm, and why I love it so much. So sorry, it's like it's like going around, but here we go. That's it right there. And it's like a healthy, just a healthy glow of color that doesn't look like, oh, her cheeks are pink. It's just like a really healthy rose tinted flush on my skin. So there we go. I think we just ran through all of the bronzers, all of the blushes, and now I'm gonna do a quick application. I already have my foundation and basically all of my makeup on, and I'm just gonna demo the actual colors that I will wear. So for this demo, I'm going to wear the colors that I have really grown to love, which is color number 10, Rosé Latte. And just so you guys can kind of see, although I did share it on Instagram, I'm gonna show how I layer Rosé Latte with color number 1, which is Fuego Flush. I'm gonna wipe all of this off and then we'll be right back. We're gonna do a quick demo of the 3 shades that I really love, which is Fuego Flush, which is color number 1 from the cream blushes, Rosé Latte, which is color number 10, so going to like both opposite sides of the spectrum. And then for the contour or the cream bronzer, we're gonna play with Toffee Please. So let's start. I'm gonna get into Fuego Flush, and I always just use my middle finger just to go in, and I will concentrate the orange up like on my cheekbone. So you guys can kind of see, it feels like more of a wash of color than like something really, really so this is definitely like a hint, like a little flush of color. The orange, like it looks kind of scary in the pan, like what the heck are you gonna do with orange on your face? But like when you swash it over your skin, it just gives it like a really pretty golden flush. And so I kind of use this to somewhat double as a cream highlighter. And I know they sent me a brush, but like I mentioned before, I am all about using my fingers when it comes to cream products, just because I think it does, my fingers do such like a much better job of helping me create that look I'm going for, which is just something really natural. So there we go. That's Fuego Flush on my skin. So for Rosé Latte, we're gonna kind of move a little bit further down on the cheeks and kind of go more on the apples of the cheek. So I'm gonna get into this pan. And you guys can kind of already see, boom, that's the color. You know what I mean? Like the orange was more of like a wash over my skin. And then here we start to get the pigment. And because it's definitely that blush tone, you don't want to like overdo it, otherwise you're like going into kind of a clownish looking territory. You want to just keep it natural, and so it's almost kind of like you're stippling it with your finger to spread that color around. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. There we go, we've got the color, and then just gonna tap that out till it's a lot more evened out, and kind of blend it upwards into the orange so that you're not getting like a line between the two. Oh, that's really pretty. Nice. And so there we go. That is what the cream blushes look like on me, and that's really how I wear them. But we're not done yet, because we've got the blushes done. But to kind of bring even more dimension into my face, we're gonna have some fun with the bronzer to really like sculpt that cheekbone. So I'm going in with Toffee Please, which is the darkest shade in the cream bronzers. And again, I'm going in with my finger. Ooh, look at that shade, it's so like pigmented. And for this, like for the blushes, I am like happy to tap on and like be really, really, you know, fairly generous with it. But with this, I am gonna be so careful about how I am because it's that dark. And I'm not even gonna go back in. I'm using this same finger, which still has so much product on it, to come over to the other side. And that's literally all I'm gonna do on both sides. And typically, like if I'm in the mood, I'll like do my whole hairline and whatnot, but since I'm wearing my hair down today anyway, it's no big deal. So I already went in with that. I'm not gonna blend with this same finger because I don't want too much product. I think when you go super dark like that on a contour, so I'm like wiping my finger off. When you go super dark on a contour, you don't want to overdo it or your face looks really, really muddy. So now my finger's clean. You just kind of want to follow that shadow, which, you know, when I do this, I can kind of see that it literally follows that line down there. And you want to just keep going until you can't see like a concrete line anymore, because that's when you know it's like really blended out so that it's actually more of a shadow than it is a freaking like line across your face that looks a little bit scary. And I like usually stop right where that hollow ends, like right there. There we go. Hold on. Let me go back in a little bit with that. So let me zoom out. Fenty Cheeks Out bronzers and cream blushes. I hope this was helpful for you guys who are trying to figure out what color it is you're looking for. And if you guys have any questions about anything, please do let me know. Again, this is like one of my first, if not my first, makeup video I've ever done on YouTube. I'm not an expert. I don't have like all of the crazy light setup for you guys to like really see the colors as like well as I would have wanted to share, but we all start from somewhere. And if there's anything that you guys want me to maybe like share in more detail, I am more than happy to help. So make sure you leave a comment below. Follow me on Instagram to DM me. Yeah, and we'll chat soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe.